Welcome into DC On Screen. This is episode 330. I'm your host, David C. Robertson. This is my co-host, Jason Goss.
Hello.
Today we are getting super spoilery on Supergirl 2x14 Homecoming. To recap, the DEO gets a tip on a CADMUS weapon transport / super bomb, and Supergirl and J'onn head out to intervene. They stop the caravan and find that the cargo is Jeremiah Danvers, who is grateful to be rescued and returned to his home and the DEO. The family is really pumped about this, but Mon-El questions the timing of their fortune and alienates most of the crew. He recruits Winn, and, after a lot of very offensive investigations and confrontations, eventually convinces everyone that Jeremiah is still working for CADMUS after Jeremiah tries to sabotage the DEO and beats the crap out of J'onn. Alex and Supergirl try to track Lilian, Super Hank, and Cyber Jeremiah, but Supergirl is forced to save a train full of people, and Alex just can't bring herself to shoot her pops, so the last of the trio escapes. Later at CADMUS HQ, we see Super Hank finishing a super flare-fueled bomb that might have something to do with the National Alien Registry Jeremiah managed to steal. Heartbroken, Alex has a few drinks and talks to Maggie. Also heartbroken, Kara has a quick cuddle with Mon-El, which is touching because she's mad at him about not listening, but he's going to now. Alright, so I feel it's important that I start off this episode with something positive.
Let's do that. I'm going to name everything I liked real quick, and then I'm just, Dave and I talked briefly about how we felt this week about a couple things, and I'm just going to go ahead and warn y'all. We had problems. Mm-hmm. Where would you like to start, Dave?
I want to start where Winn talks about how he threw a dart and hit the scaly creature, and the scaly creature didn't mind, or whatever it was, and then Mon-El goes, yeah, Kevin's great.
Yeah. That one made me laugh. I think that was followed pretty closely with Winn saying, remember that time I was good at literally everything? No. Okay, so I found this thing.
Yeah, that was good too.
And Winn's other win for the episode, don't be mad, but I may have hidden a tracker on Jeremiah. See, that's why I like Winn. Mm-hmm. Sure, he's going to hang in there and try to please everybody, but, he makes sensible decisions still.
Absolutely. Oh, and I loved the Winn Mon-El conversation where Winn says Kara's a badass. She doesn't need a protector or someone to show her off. Yes.
Well played.
That was good. Just, she just needs someone to ask her what she needs, essentially. That's good stuff.
It was. And it was a good opportunity for growth for Mon-El this episode, which he actually did. It's one of the things I liked about the episode was what happened with him. Yeah. I don't know what the hell Jeremiah is talking about I know who you are, but yeah, he does exactly what he's not supposed to really. And by the way, I did like his.
Jeremiah knows he's the Prince of Daxam.
I know. I just don't know why Jeremiah knows that or any other. Mm-hmm. It's one of the many. Like Jeremiah was not a good part of this episode.
Well, didn't they have a Daxam ship at the end of the episode?
Was that what that ship was? I don't know. I lose track of the ship.
I thought maybe it was.
But
I think we saw a Daxam. Well, we saw some sort of a ship.
It was definitely. I think
it was. Maybe those people who were, maybe not a Daxam ship. It was the people who were, tracking Mon-El, I think. Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That remains to be seen. So, but the line early on, though, where, quick thing, Kara and I are dating, as soon as he walks into the DEO, and she gets mad at him, he's like, you're lucky I didn't arrange a parade.
Yep.
And maybe my favorite thing Supergirl did all episode was the little line about she broke 4 kids' noses trying to kiss them.
That was amazing.
That was good.
Yep.
That was really.
I loved the. You guys have to go to HR, the HR department.
Oh yeah,
that was amazing.
Even Alex walking away. You've got to watch a video.
Yeah. Which I think that might be my last good thing about the episode. That sort of transitions into a bad thing.
Well, I've got one more good thing.
Okay.
The landing and the phasing trick that J'onn uses early on. Cool.
Absolutely.
Very
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then I do like that there is now now we're seeing the end of the story of the super flare and why they bothered, getting all that energy. Mm-hmm. After that, take it away, Dave.
All right, so Kyler Lee was amazing in this episode. And I mean, she hit all the emotional beats. She did a really good job. Unfortunately, she wasn't playing Alex.
Yeah, I could see it phrased that way.
There was no, before this episode, there was no indication to me. I would have been shocked if you had told me this, that in the next couple episodes, Alex is going to basically call into question whether or not Kara is really her family.
Yeah. Basically, it came across as if you distrust my dad in any capacity for any second, I hate your face.
And not only that, she says she basically says does not every opinion that Mon-El has is an opinion you have to have. And
there's no indication that has been a trend. Like
no,
none
in fact, it's quite the opposite.
It's like quite the first time she's ever taken Mon-El's advice.
In fact, neither Mon-El or Kara have ever actually listened to the other person. It's been an ongoing thing, a loop through the last few episodes. It's just like neither one of them listen to each other. Neither one of them, they fight. And then they make up at the end.
Closest they come to listening is like training.
I don't know.
And that's very Kara-sided, influence.
And even if I could get behind the initial, let's not even vet this guy at all and make sure he's on the up and up from Kara and Alex, dude, J'onn, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Like, did it not bother you that you couldn't read him? Why didn't you try to read him? He's been with CADMUS for 15 years.
Well, he doesn't try to read his friends. But it seemed like they were going to put him through like psychological testing. I feel like he should be the psychological testing. I don't think you need to waste paper printouts here. You've got a Martian. Just have him bounce around in there for a second and see if there's anything dubious.
Right. I mean, they need to upgrade their medical equipment if their medical equipment can't, figure out that the dude's arm is metal.
Yeah, and you sit there watch that weird arm the whole episode, and you're like, it's going to be a thing. And then finally, it finally shows up, and it is a thing, and it's like, dude, come on now. No, one cyber arm versus J'onn Jones. No. No way. No flipping way. That arm is on the ground, and Jeremiah is on a wall, hoping his skull is still together.
Mm-hmm. Like, the whole, oh my, and just even before they're fighting, before Alex and Kara are fighting, when they're, watching Jeremiah and their mom, Eliza, is that her name?
Yeah.
Eliza?
I think so.
When they're watching them together and they're like, I can't even. I mean, sometimes I can't even, but I can't. Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
But Eliza is the only one with any sense. Where she's like, no, tap the brakes, buddy.
Yeah,
we're going to have to hold off.
We can't just make up for lost time. That was fine. It was a fine point. But even still, my wife's watching it with me and she just goes, oh, God, she's so bad. Just first thing she said the whole episode was like, oh, God, she's so bad. Her exact words, it's like watching community theater. Ouch.
Oh.
Ouch.
I don't remember her being that bad on Smallville.
I don't either, really. But
was she? I mean, because she was. Oh, who was she on Smallville?
I don't even remember.
Was she Supergirl's real mother on Smallville?
I want to say yeah, but I really don't remember it that well. She wasn't there for very long. We didn't. I don't know. I didn't focus on her.
She wasn't.
I did laugh when I saw Eliza with stuff in her hands, though, and thought, you're still using that trick.
Now you're just acting poorly with props there.
She's figured out how to act with the prop. Great.
That's the title of her autobiography. Acting poorly with props.
Yep. The book of what not to do.
I'm sorry. People who are angry at us for saying that, and who'll never listen to us again.
It's been a fun ride, but we just can't deal with that woman.
But I was very, very disappointed in this episode. I felt like, even Maggie, being a cop, should have been like, hey man, so the guy's been working with the enemy for 15 years.
I don't know what DEO procedures would do, but even when we send in somebody to, go undercover, we still kind of have to give them a recoup period and let them readjust. And there's a lot of tests we run and stuff. Did you do any of that? Did you do any? Nothing? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Before you hand them
just
a key card
and let
them. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. I'm sure the DEO's got this under control. Yeah, none of that worked. And, all right, so they do finally track the trio down. Jeremiah's obviously outed himself. He swears he has reasons, and they better be damn good.
Mm-hmm.
I kept thinking, surely there's another side to this. But I think he is just... I got the hint that he thinks the right thing to do is to get rid of the aliens except for Carr.
Mm-hmm.
That he really is just on board with this plan now. And, no, I don't know. It didn't work. They finally do track him down. They, I'll say, derail Supergirl. And...
Boo.
Yeah, thanks.
Boo.
I'm trying to keep on par with the episode. And...
I'm just kidding. I always enjoy a good pun.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. And then it's just all right. So it's just Alex, and granted, she's got a cool super space gun, but Alex versus all three of them.
Yeah.
You just kill Alex and take a pawn off the board.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even a pawn. She's like a bishop, knight, something. She's definitely on the back row.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't know. Just Mon-El and Kara fighting. Just and
it was a little I mean, it was worth it at the end though. They had a cute scene.
Maybe Kara has a line. What I say counts, and I wrote down more like what you say goes. Because in the last few episodes, she has been a pill, man. Yeah. She has been awful.
Yeah.
Just awful.
No, she hasn't been like the understanding, sympathetic ear. And, I get that there's some stuff happening, but it really hasn't been. One of the nice parts about Supergirl was she has got so much humanity in her that she's vulnerable. In the last few episodes, she hasn't been vulnerable. She's been kind of pissy.
Yeah, and,
like she's always learning, and she's always learning how to trust or how to trust better, I guess, because she that's what she defaults to is trust and optimism. In the last few episodes, she's defaulted to like my way or the highway.
Mm-hmm. And I'm on board the female empowerment train. I get what the show's trying to do, but they're kind of forgetting that like people in relationships should be in relationships, not in dictatorships.
No, I haven't even caught any. I don't think this is particularly female empowering. I don't even think they were going for it. I just think it's. I don't
know what they're going for.
Just bad writing for relationships so far.
It is. Like, she's saying what I say counts as if, like, what he says always counts and hers never does. And I'm like, dude, in every episode, neither one of you have listened to each other at all. Like, you've ignored each other roundly.
No, the reason the line was so bad to me was that's kind of the point. Neither one of them has been particularly good at listening.
Yeah, they're both awful people.
Really, really bad at it. But he's bad at it, and because he's never really tried it before. Like it's never occurred to him to just like sit down and ask what someone needs. And you get why. He's obviously the prince, and he comes here and he's kind of a demigod here, and what he's never had a chance. It's like I always say when people say Paul McCartney's like an asshole. I'm like, well, dude, he was like 17 and then he was a Beatle. What do you expect out of him? This is about as humble as you get. Like, I'm surprised he's this humble.
And lest we forget, Kara is the personification of the American way.
Yeah. I know, but like he's never even tried to listen and take someone else's view, and so I get where he's coming from. But what's bothering me about her is that that's what she was that's what we loved about her, was that she was able to do that, and empathize with other people and see where somebody was coming from, and really trust that other person. Having faith in the people around you, I think, is as important to the Supergirl, Superman mythos as anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would be really easy to be a walking god and just decide that everyone in between you and your objective was really just in your way.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I know they're trying to build up to this whole, they're trying to build up to earning this whole Prince of Daxam crap.
Yeah.
But I'd be really happy if we could see more James and Winn and focus on some of the other characters that we've known for 2 years now.
Yeah. Guardian's taking a little time off. Don't know why.
Like, for instance, maybe we could explain why J'onn is always resting in human form.
He likes it. It humanizes him, he thinks. It's like...
it makes me angry.
He's
recovering from dying, but he's still concentrating to make himself look like human around a bunch of humans who know what he looks like.
Yeah, I know. I've been wondering about that, though. Like, maybe it's like this. Like, if you have, like, a mental default that you prefer, maybe your body just does that, like, naturally. Or maybe it's just like if you've been in a form for a really long time recently, it's like a silly putty effect. It just kind of goes back to its most recent memory.
I mean, I can headcanon it too.
I mean, I could buy either one of those. I just don't know why.
And I have to.
you really
keep watching the show.
You've really got no choice.
It really bothers me.
Yeah.
Like, in my head, the Martian goes home and kind of slinks back into not even his superhero form, because that's right, I read comics, guys. Because even the form that we see him go into when he's a superhero is not his true form.
Right.
In the books. Like, he's got like a even more inhuman creature-y look.
Like a New Frontier-ish look that he uses.
Yeah. So.
We
Anyway.
got a little more insight, though, into Daxam, and a quick little, pretty funny one-liner from Mon-El. What would you do if you saw your dad after all those years? I would run, because he's not a good man.
I a little bit, yeah, I laughed, but I also had like a little bit of the same reaction she did. Okay, well that's not about you.
That's that's gonna go in the back burner. Well, I'm talking about me right now. All right, now you want to talk about where the episode leaves us here, because I have a quick problem with it.
Sure.
All right, they've got the National Alien Registry, right? They have a ship, and they have a super bomb that's apparently powered by a super flare. Mm-hmm. I mean, so can we just go ahead and guess that on some level we're going to combine all these ingredients? You have the registry, and they're going to take the ship, and I guess kind of pinpoint all the aliens currently on Earth and kill them with the super bomb, super flare thing?
Skybeam?
Yeah, Skybeam. Yeah, does that sound about right to you?
Yeah.
And it honestly made me think of like Winter Soldier a little bit. Question: even if that works, what next? Like, are they gonna like build some like outer space Trump wall so no other aliens can get in? Like, this is a one-time solution.
I don't know. Maybe it's maybe they're gonna create a instead of a sky beam, maybe they're gonna create like a sky beam that creates a shield around the Earth, sort of like a no-fly zone ozone.
Yeah, there we go.
For extraterrestrials.
It just doesn't sound like a plan that has all the kinks worked out.
Yeah. Or they could just, salvage what they can. Well, they still have that box. They have that box that Lilian was so happy Lex completed. I don't know what that is.
Neither do I.
I was way more interested in the suit.
Yeah.
Well, let's do the kryptonite suit.
Why did Mom just put on the suit and let's have some fun? Or even better, have Lena grab the suit.
Yeah.
Go fight besides, Supergirl.
But they I don't know, they could have salvaged pieces of Myriad and
give Winn
reconfigure it to alien brains and make them just walk into the sky beam.
Yeah. I don't know what their plan is exactly, but if it's I feel like if it's Cyber Hank and Lilian working on it, and I guess Jeremiah scheming in this thing, it's gonna have problems.
Yep. Anyway.
Yep. I think we're done being annoyed by this episode. Again.
Yeah.
A show we normally like. It's been a couple of weeks for us.
Yeah. It's been rough the last few weeks. All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it.
I can deal with that.
Try not to sound so enthusiastic.
Yeah, I'm actually just looking up like.
Way to sell the show, Norm.
Yeah, I'm trying to see here. Yeah, they are back next week. Some show was taken off. It's not them. Okay.
We got everything next week.
Yep, believe so.
But not Gotham and Lucifer.
Actually, I don't have Arrow listed for next week. Arrow's the one that's taken off next week.
Oh, is it?
Yep. You got Supergirl, Flash, and Legends.
Okay. I can deal with that.
That might as
By
well
the way,
be
did you see the
vacation for us, really.
Did you see the big Gotham news?
No, what's up?
They're bringing in Ra's al Ghul as the head of the Court of Owls, essentially.
Oh, no one can stand not bringing in Ra's.
I know, but I'm really excited. You know why?
Why?
He's being played by the guy that played Dr. Bashir on Star Trek DS9.
Oh, okay. I kind of remember.
I'm really
that guy.
excited to see his. I'm excited to see his take.
Okay, well, little pre-news.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on the news as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. DCOnscreen.com for every episode of our show, our little show here, the little show that could or couldn't, depending on whether you made it this far. Mm-hmm. Proud members of the Giant Size Team Up Network. You can also talk to us on Twitter and Facebook, DC on Screen. And, we're going to be coming right back with a review of The Flash 313, Attack on Central City. Until then, keep some DC on your screen.